Hey you guys, p.9, and ready to start airbrushing, you guys. I've got my whole layout here. I've got some nice paper laid down here. Um, Over here I've got my compressor. I've got my airbrush. I loaded it up with paint already. Um, some people like to ask. I don't know what kind of compressor this is. It's just an airbrushing compressor. My airbrush is a Neo Iwata. It's a terrific airbrush, you guys. The only problem with it, I find, is the cap here on the front does tend to build up, so I just take it off and just be careful with it when I'm brushing. I've got Tamiya XF81 dark green RAF. So I got my compressor laid out here. Over here I've gotten some old pieces of 2x4s. This is all the bogey assembly parts. I'm going to paint them on the sprues. This is just so I can place them down, when they're ready to dry. And here's the hull on some foam blocks and the turret. I've got the front wheels. I forgot what they're called. It just slipped my mind. I just remembered it. I got them on these clamps so I can brush them. And I'm going to get everything set up and start brushing away, guys. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, guys. No commentary here. I'm just going to turn the airbrush on and have a go. So let's hope this turns out. Hey guys, this is what I've done so far. It's really hard to pick it up in this light, but I have done it. It's you can see definitely see the pre-shading right now. This is just a light coat. There's still a lot of gray area visible on it. I'm gonna let it dry like this. Move on to all the other pieces, and then when I'm done that, I'm gonna come back to this and give it another coat of green. This is exactly the color I was hoping it would look. This is like the olive drab I wanted, and it's not even olive drab. So I'm gonna move on to the turret, and when I come back to this, I'll show you guys how all the pieces are looking. Hey guys, I'm back. This is pretty much dry, the hull there. I ran into some problems with the paint; wasn't thin enough. Just a suggestion. Always carry whatever your thinner is on handy, in case you need it, which I did. It was a little too thick. Here I did all the bogey assembly. Oh yeah, I'm so glad this is done. This is the part I hate about tanks. Seriously, this is the only thing that keeps me from building tanks on a regular basis. That, and I'm an aircraft guy. I can't get enough of planes. But the fact that you have to do all these wheels and all these shocks and springs and blah, blah, blah. I'm so glad I'm done. Anyways, let's get to it. I'm going to do the second coating of the hull. You can see the shading in here a little bit more now, I think. But anyways, let's get to it. Just gonna coat this one again and paint the turret. So hopefully, sorry if I don't get this in frame right away, guys. Let's go. Okay, so what I was doing is I was trying to keep it at a far distance, and I had as much airflow pulled into the brush as I could. That way I get a nice big spray, and it would just cover everything as much as I could. But keeping it backwards, or back farther, it wouldn't dominate all these pre-shading lines that I did earlier. And it won't really come out quite enough until it's dry. It's pretty shiny right now, which is a nice gloss coat that you want. If you do airbrushing up in layers and you finally finish it, like you do 1 or 2 layers and then you do a final coat that's just nice and glossy and shine, that's usually the final coat you need to get the paint going, and then it dries matte afterwards. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna cut this off here for now and finish airbrushing this on my own at my own pace. And sorry again if I'm not keeping it quite in frame, and I'll get back to you guys when I'm done. Okay guys, this is about it as far as I can show you for now. This is the top of the turret, and I gave it a nice glossier coat or finish. The paint's really wet. It's not actually glossy paint. So sorry if I made that kind of confusion. And turned out really well, I think, so far. I'm pretty impressed with it. I think I just gotta do a couple little minor touch-ups on here. When you're airbrushing, you're bound to scrape it and scratch it at some point, and you might pull out the airbrush and keep brushing away. But there's another way to do it. You have to play it totally by ear. That is, get your paint that you used and thin it down pretty liquidy, kind of the same consistency that you airbrushed it with first, and just hand paint it. You'll probably have to do a couple layers, but you have more of a chance of getting the same even coat when it's that thin. Again, just thin out your paint. This is looking pretty good. I'm going to do the top half a little later. I gotta let this dry a little bit. That's the nice thing about that Neo Iwata is I've left it for maybe 10-15 minutes, come back to it, and it just works just like it did before. It didn't gunk up or anything. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'll show you another video with all the shoutouts of the completely painted Sherman. So thanks for watching, guys. This is Rebels of Cloud 9 signing out.